what happened?
I mean, I feel like I would go insane if I was just doing school for like 15 hours a day.
I personally studied in an international baccalaureate program, and for what I know, the highest scores are always from Korea.
미국 펜실베니아 주립대 사회학 교수 샘 리처드는 세계 경제 위기에 맞설 해답은 한국에 있다라고 주장해왔습니다. 리처드 교수는 한국은 공동체 지향적인 가치관을 가져 어떤 결정에 있어 공동의 이익을 추구하는 방향으로 향한다. 세계 트렌드를 따라가기 위해서는 BTS와 소주를 알아야 한다. 라고 강의하기도 했었죠. 그는 한국인 유학생 4명을 불러내 한국의 경제적 성장의 배경이 되는 교육과 치안에 관해 얘기하는 강의를 진행했습니다. 그가 한국인들을 통해 전하고자 하는 메시지는 무엇일까요?
Korea is a socioeconomic geopolitical miracle. What Korea has done, in my lifetime, we'll say in the past 55 years or so, has been something that we've really never seen in human history. To reach a level of modernization, growth, and development that we just have never seen. And if you look at those numbers there, South Korea in 1965, the GDP is 3.1 billion, and now it's 1.8 trillion. Korea, in 1965, the economy was the country of Ghana, and now Korea is the 10th largest economy in the world. I was first interested or introduced to Korea back in the mid-'80s, and I started to really kind of dig into Korean geopolitics and economics and familiarize myself with the culture and a lot of things. And so I became just fascinated by Korea, and I have watched it, over the course of the past 40 years just expand. I see things like this, and my mind goes to 2 words, and the 2 words are like, holy shit, what happened? That's really worth exploring. So the other side is that whenever a country, if something grows as quickly as Korea has grown and expands, Korea is one of the most educated countries in the world. So look at about 70% of Koreans aged 25 to 34 have 4-year college degrees. Now just hold that, 70%. And the US is 40%. And there's another certain percentage of people in the US that have 2-year degrees, but 40%. What do you do? How do you get there? Like, what's going on in Korea with education?
리처드 교수는 한국을 이해하는 키워드로 헬조선이란 단어를 소개하며 한국의 교육열과 경쟁에 관해 설명합니다.
Have you heard of this before?
Yeah, definitely.
As long as I remember, like as a student when I was back in Korea, I was a high school student there, and like 90%, like just most of the students, they studied more than like 10 or 12 hours a day. Even I studied as much as I could, it was just the average. So I remember it was very competitive.
And you're graduating, now you're competing with all these other people, and you're back on the hamster wheel. And then once you get a job, maybe you're not making enough money, and you're working and working and working, and no matter what, it's like hell. It's like Squid Game.
Koreans are like, they're really into education, so going to more than 3 hagwons per day or like maybe 5, it's really normal for Koreans.
What's the latest people stay at hagwon? Like what then until when?
So basically 2 or 3 in the morning maybe.
As it is, when you graduate from Penn State, you have the idea, okay, you're going to find a job. But if you were competing with twice as many people with college degrees here or back home, wherever you're from, if you're not from the United States, you'd be tutoring. You'd be like trying to elevate your, get your game together, man. Can you say something about crime in Korea? Because people are probably wondering, like, how are you up at that hour in the morning when you're like 14 years old or whatever? Do you want to say something about crime, or how much crime is there?
Korea is identified as really safe country. So like a lot of people go out 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. We don't feel like, we're not nervous. Like we know it's safe.
There's no violent crime.
You guys play like sports or? Like you literally just do school Monday to Friday.
Who has time for sports, dude?
I mean, I feel like I would go insane if I was just doing school for like 15 hours a day. Because you don't need I feel like you don't need 15 hours of school a day to like go out in the real world and make money. Like,
I don't know. So school itself is really intense. But there are layers of school, right? Like the best schools, the worst schools. Like I have the idea that the worst schools, like the lowest level schools, are probably like our upper level schools here. So school is already intense. Now you go to these cram schools and you're just being drilled constantly.
I personally studied in an international baccalaureate program, and for what I know, the highest scores are always from Korea.
한국의 교육열에 이어 자본주의 사회지만 공동체 위주로 돌아가는 한국 특유의 문화도 눈여겨봐야 할 부분 중 하나라고 하는데요.
In East Asian cultures, like you have very much a community-oriented moral order. Like the sense of right and wrong is really built around what's right and wrong for the community. You know, here in the West, it's much more individualist-oriented moral order, right? Like what's right and wrong for me. The most important thing, or the best way to have like an organized society, is have each person put themselves out front. This is a meal, right? For these, I'm with some friends here. These are the dishes for everybody. Basically, we're just eating. It's a communal meal. Like we're just eating together. You don't order your own separate dish. It's very community oriented. Like you're all participating in that.
When we go to like cafe or restaurant, we don't steal stuff. Even if it's on the table, like it's our law that we don't touch others. Like even though like how expensive it is, like we don't steal it.
I'd like to add on it.
Yeah.
So like when I was back in Korea, I was studying at a cafe with my friend, and then I just left to like go to the bathroom, and then once I came back, just one guy came over to me and like whispered me like, my friend, she like touched my stuff, and I was like, oh, she's my friend.
In Korea, I recently there are a lot of stores without a cashier. So you just have a machine without anyone supervising in the store, and the stores would go on for 24 hours and just have a single security camera, but people wouldn't steal. They would just check out themselves and leave.
리처드 교수는 한국을 알기 위해선 소주를 알아야 한다며 강의 중에 갑자기 소주를 꺼내는데요.
So this is soju, by the way. Soju, if you don't know, soju is the most popular spirit in the world by far. Of the top 3 spirits in the world, tell us what has to happen. What's going on here?
Okay, so I may not be alright, but generally it has to be adult, like pouring me soju first, because I can't drink it by myself.
So you can't drink it by yourself? So the oldest person?
Yeah, but I have to like receive your soju.
You have to use your both hands to receive.
To receive?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then when younger ones pour drink to elders, they have to use both hands too. You don't have to use both hands.
And do you have to keep in the label? Can I see the...
가려.
You have to cover the label.
I didn't know that, but
You hold your glass, and since you're an adult, my glass has to be lower than yours. So it's like...
And the same with... Wait, hang on. Can you come up here? Can you hop up here, bro? I'm going to let him take your place, all right? So I drink first? But remember the thing about you turning, you can't look at me?
You can drink it whatever you want, but I have to turn my back and drink it like this.
I cover the glass?
No.
He does.
Yeah, I have to turn my back.
Does he have to do that also?
Well, if you're drinking with Sam.
You're younger than me, bro, so you have to turn away. Turn away from the white guy, bro. All right? We're back. This is Jim Crow now. We're back there. It's Korea Crow, actually. All 3 of you turn away from me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. All right. So wait, let's say he wants to, can he pour?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the circumstance, but if you want to be like respectful and polite, he can pour it to you and you can pour it to him. Yeah, so like it's gaining a relationship and bond, so you guys get close while drinking together.
If you stop drinking, and then mostly elder people, if they don't want to drink, they just left. They just go home. And then the younger one stays. Whoever wants to drink more, like they drink afterwards.
Okay, I got you. So. And then I might slip out. And we'll do a toast. You guys, and you turn away again? You always turn away? Then that's how you feel like you're king.
리처드 교수는 한국 대학생들과 만나는 자리에서 사회학의 지혜라는 강연을 인용하며 이렇게 말했습니다. 한국은 전 세계에 보여줄 무언가가 있으며 우리는 그것을 봐야만 한다. 우리가 알지 못하는 한국인의 자랑스러운 모습은 또 어떤 게 있을까요?